Peace and good morning. This is Instructor Yasir with the Knowledge of Survival podcast, where we talk about self-defense, firearms training, and functional fitness to help you and your family be safe and prepared and detect, de-escalate, and end any potential threat. I am out doing my morning ruck. As you know, I'm getting prepared for my Go Ruck Tough event that's going to be happening May 26th. So I'm getting some miles in before I get the rest of my day started here. And I wanted to kill two birds with one stone. So today's episode is not really going to be about my training for the event. I wanted to talk about some social media goings-ons that I saw a couple days ago when Florida signed their constitutional carry or permitless carry law into effect. This is a message that's really directed at everybody's my people. So I want to make that classic. Well, let me rephrase that. Everybody who shares the same values as me. Everyone who shares the same values as me, no matter what skin color you are, is my people. That's number one. I want to make that distinction clear. Everyone in the world who shares the same values and ideals as I do, you're my people, no matter what skin color you are. Now, with that being said, this message I'm going to give is directly for the group that the United States class system would consider me a part of, which is the quote unquote Black American or quote unquote African American, which is a misnomer, because from my research and doing my genealogical studies and knowing my family history, what I do know of my family history, I don't think the American-born black man and woman is very much African at all. But that's a whole nother conversation. So, when this Florida law went into effect, I started seeing a lot of comments under the post. This actually came from, the post was under the NAGA, the National African American Gun Association, which seems to be a good organization that I'm considering becoming a member of. So the post was from them, and and there were comments listed under it where there was a segment of people who thought that this was a bad idea. This constitutional carry law that Florida was signing. They thought that this was a bad idea because they're like, oh no, now it's going to be more people carrying, it's going to be more black people carrying guns, which gives the police more of a reason to shoot and kill us. How sad is that? I mean, seriously, like, how sad is that? What type of low self-esteem and fear do you have embedded in your spirit that makes you feel that way? Now, look, I'm not ignorant. I know what's been going on. I know the history that we have in this country. More than most. Okay? I'm not afraid to say that. I know the history that we have in this country more than most. And there's a lot more that I need to know. The history of the so-called Black American is a very deep and tangled history with a lot of things that are hidden. Some things are hidden in plain sight, and some has been made more obscure, and you got to dig more for it. But I know pretty well our history, and I know well our history in this country. So I understand the violence that we have suffered at the hands of racist white folks. And racism is not even real, but another conversation. Well, I'll say race is not real, but that's another conversation. So I know about that. I get it. But the thing is this. You can't let what other people do or what other people think or what other people believe affect what you're going to do or how you're going to proceed. So we shouldn't be looking at this law. This makes 26 states now that have constitutional or permitless carry laws on the books. 26 states, including the state that I live in right now, which is Indiana. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. If you're about protecting yourself and your family, this is a good thing. Why? Because as it is right now, the gun is the great equalizer. The gun is the tool available to us that when it comes to dealing with a threat, it's a tool that gives us the best opportunity to end that threat quickly. This is a good thing. Okay? Understand that whoever couldn't legally own a gun before still can't own a gun now. So that didn't change. But this is the thing. Anybody that's out there thinking that these constitutional carry laws is going to lead to more gun violence, understand that the criminals, they're going to have guns anyway. Remember, they're criminals. So they're not paying attention to the law. They live outside of the law. That's the whole definition of a criminal. So criminals are still going to have guns. You keep allowing them to push this gun control narrative. The only people that's going to be without guns is you, the law-abiding citizen. So this is a good thing. Lowering the barriers of entry to good, upstanding citizens to own and carry a firearm for the protection of themselves and their family. Do you know that gun control in this country has its roots in keeping guns out of the so-called black community? Gun control is racist. So you out there trying to champion this idea that us having guns creates more of a reason for police to shoot us, you're living in a fearful mind state and an inferior mind state. And quite frankly, I don't want you around me. No, we need to understand the laws of our state, understand the laws of the country in which we live in. Well, in that order. Understand the laws of the country which we live in, and then most importantly, understand the laws in your state, because each state is different. Go to the USCCA's concealed carry gun reciprocity app. They have a great app that talks about the reciprocity and gives you a great overview of the gun laws in each and every state. You should have that on your phone. That lets you know where you can legally carry and where you can't. You need to be well versed in the gun laws of your state. If you're an American citizen, it is your right. It's built into our Constitution. And who's more American than the so-called black man and woman? Again, that's another conversation. But this is a part of your constitutional right. So, yes, this is a great thing that they're lowering the barrier to entry when it comes to carrying firearms. So, what you need to do is don't look at it as an opportunity for police to shoot you. Look at it as an opportunity for you to protect you and your family. And understand how to deal with police in a confident way. It's always a risk. It's always a risk. Life is risky. Life is risky. Everything is risky. Come on now. Everything is risky. So, I mean, what risk do you want to run? You know, would you rather be out here without any means to protect yourself? Because if you happen to be pulled over, you might happen to meet a racist cop who might happen to be intimidated by you and might happen to shoot you. I mean, come on. No disrespect to those who have died by being murdered by police. Innocent people that's been murdered by the police. And those police need to be charged and dealt with accordingly. But we can't approach life fearful. We can't approach life fearful. We got to approach life head on. Be brave. Have courage. You know? Be brave. Have courage. Know the gun laws of your country. Know the gun laws of your state. Learn some gun safety. Practice with that firearm. And become proficient. Protect you and your loved ones. And when in doubt, train. Peace.